Hello, this is Samsai again, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. So, it's been a moment since I last recorded this, but this time, good reason. This time I have a good excuse. My computer started showing some instability issues where I had weird, basically weird crashes where the whole computer would just restart. And I got a new PSU, and that seems to have solved it. So yeah, no issues anymore. But anyway, let's hop back into the game. Last time I believe we ended up in Laod, where we escorted some person here, and it's raining and everything is horrible and stuff. But also I may have messed with my settings a little bit, so I'm going to drop some of that. I have massive anisotropy and stuff, so yeah, I'm just going to quickly drop that a little bit so that the game is a little bit smoother. But yeah, basically we ended up walking into Laod after visiting or did we? Why did we end up in Laod? I don't even remember why we ended up in Laod. But this is where we ended up, I believe, unless my saves are completely wrong, which I don't think they are. Yeah, this is 16th, and this is 16th, and this is a really old one. So yeah, this is the correct save, and these are just my this is my other character that I haven't played with in ages. I think we were doing something here, probably dungeon hunting or something. I don't even remember. It's been a moment since I last played. But yeah, I'm gonna walk back to Balmora, and in Balmora we will. Well, actually, I'm probably going to walk to Balmora and then take a trip to Ald'ruhn, unless let's actually check my quests. This is the problem when you don't play a game in a while. Also, I have completely forgotten there we go, journal. Quests. So, I have the Patchwork Airship, and all into the north, the Ceramic Bowl, and don't care about that, don't care about any of that stuff. So I think we're going to go to Ald'ruhn, because in Ald'ruhn I can get more Mages Guild quests. At the moment, my Mages Guild quests, in terms of, stuff in Balmora, has pretty much been done. So there isn't much reason to stay in the Balmora area anymore. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to head to Ald'ruhn. And I have a good reason for that, because in Ald'ruhn, the Mages Guild leader is obsessed with dwarven objects. And we're going to go visit some ruins, find some artifacts, stuff like that, and then we are possibly going to get properly rewarded. It also fits the theme of doing some dungeon exploring, because we do need some artifacts. Our current gear is kind of crappy, all of this stuff fairly generic, fairly poor. So if we can get some nice artifacts, then everything would be a little bit better. But yeah, I'm gonna walk to Balmora. I'm gonna take the Mages Guild teleporter to Ald'ruhn, and once we're in Ald'ruhn, I will see you guys again. Alright, and we have arrived at Ald'ruhn. So this is the Ald'ruhn Mages Guild, and like I mentioned, there is a Mages Guild leader here, or the local guildmaster person. This person.
How did they greet you, friend?
Hello, I am here for duties. So apparently there's a detect creatures potion from skink in trees shade. So that's apparently a typical fetch quest. Okay, so we need to go to Wolverine Hall in Sandrid Mora and get the potion back. Well, that's simple enough. That's just a case of using the handy dandy teleportation system that the Mages Guild has set up, because Wolverine Hall is actually part of the network. So here we go. Now we just need to find.
Hello.
Do you want
the
well, traveler. What may I do for you?
I am here for the detect creatures potion. Okay, and there we go. And next time you're here, I may have some duties for you. Okay, so now we just need to bring back the potion.
Hello, Outlander.
Which is simple enough.
I hope you won't take too much of my time.
I'm not going to. I'm just going to teleport right back to where I started. Also, last time we talked about my advancements in Mages Guild, and I just figured out where the requirements were. They're right here. So I need one skill of Alchemy, Mysticism, Illusion, Alteration, Destruction, or Enchantment at 50, and 2 skills at 15. Currently my Destruction Magic is at 42, so that's probably going to be the skill that I'm going to level up to 50 next. But that obviously needs some combat to be done. So just, you know, here's the potion. Will you give me... Yes, here it is. Why don't I give you a potion more useful to a conjurer in the field? So I got an exclusive potion of shadow. So I'm guessing that's shadow, so is that complete invisibility? Well, anyway, is there anything else you might have? Any other duties? Through Lonway in Mages Guild of Vivek has somehow acquired a copy of Chimar Vamidium. 6th volume of Marbar Soul's Ancient Tales of the Dwemer. Yes, so I incorrectly said Dwarven, I meant Dwemer, but yes, this person is absolutely obsessed in the Dwemer stuff, so we are going to find many ruins to, you know, explore because of her. Most of the ancient tales are not truly Dwemer in origin, but this one may be an exception. It deals with some sort of golem or centurion. Would you be willing to borrow this book for me? Sure. Thank you, Sir Olwe probably keeps the book near her in the Mages Guild of Vivek. Do whatever it takes to get the book and then return to me. If you're caught stealing, of course, it is a crime against the guild, so be careful in these, take these scrolls just in case. So a couple of unhinging scrolls. So yeah, as you can probably imagine, the Mages Guild isn't particularly, you know, innocent in any way. They are ready to steal from one another, they are ready to kill people. Just for the, you know, for the crime of doing some, you know, mages training without, you know, the official validation from the Mages Guild. So they are a fairly evil organization, all things considered. But, yeah, we're going to... sorry, I don't think you can help me with this matter. So I need to get the Chivamendium... And this was held by who exactly? Cyril Lonway. So now we need to find Cyril Lonway. And I believe we got a scroll earlier. I have a scroll of invisibility, and then I have a scroll of... didn't I get a scroll of shadow? Why can I not find it? Well, I do at least have the invisibility scroll. Not sure what happened to the shadow scroll that I was supposed to have. But it doesn't matter, now I need to just find this person. And here's the thing, I cannot actually remember all the names of these people here. That doesn't... yeah, you're not the person I'm looking for. So let's just quickly loop around, let's try to find the person that I need.
Hello, Outlander.
Okay,
I hope you won't take too much of my time.
I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm going to try and avoid that as much as I can. Just don't mind me. I actually have Unduce's Open Door, which I can cast instead of... Also, here's the thing. Okay, I am actually now stealthed, and you won't suspect a thing. And yeah, that is indeed the book that we're looking for. There's also Breathing Water. I'm going to take all of this stuff. I mean, if we're going to steal from a guild, like a guildmate, then we can probably steal everything. There's no reason to leave any of this stuff in here, surely. Do I think I'm just going to use one of these scrolls on like this small chest here. It's not particularly efficient because it's definitely a lot higher level. Yeah, and that was basically completely useless. But yeah, nobody's going to suspect a thing. I bet everything is going to be just fine. Is there anything actually in here that, yeah, nothing else is worth anything? So I was never here. Yeah, surely they are not going to suspect the person that just happened to arrive at their guild for basically no reason whatsoever and just left immediately. So yeah, we got ourselves a new book, and we actually should probably take a look at both of these books just in case. Yeah, heavy armor increased just for reading this book. Yeah, I'm going to go through this slowly, so if you want to read this, you are free to do so by pausing the video. But I'm myself not so interested. There we go. Because there are a lot of books. And Breathing Water, Alteration skill increased, so that's just a free skill level for taking a look at a book. So definitely worth it. But yeah, there are a lot of books, and these books are actually fairly long, all things considered. There was a lot of effort put into making the whole lore and just random fiction that isn't technically, you know, even part of the game. That was still put into the books of the game world, which is really good. I appreciate that. But the problem is that when I want to play a game, I usually want to play a game. I don't want to read a book. Yes, I did get the copy. So here's the book. So you have more duties. I have been distracted from my studies by several reports from Margon. Apparently there is some sort of a disturbance at Hulen's hut. Since Hulen is a member of the guild, we really need to do something about the disturbance. I haven't simply had the time to do it myself. My research is at an absolutely critical phase. So yeah, this person is in fact so obsessed with Dwemer stuff that she is just neglecting all of her guild duties. But yeah, I'm going to go to Margon and take a look. Sadly, Margon is not a location where there is a Mage's Guild, so we need to actually use the Silt Strider to get there.
Share your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
I'm sure you do, but I have a duty to fulfill. I think in Sandrid Mora there was also like a duties. There were probably some duties for me there too. Yeah, I'm going to just sleep here for a moment. Also, I did get my stuff from like my mortar and pestle calcinators, retorts, etc, etc. I got that stuff from the Mage's Guild in Balmora. I took that with me just in case. Also, that's oh yeah, this is the old stuff that we got like last part. There's a lot of enchanted stuff that is worth a little bit, but not worth like a whole bunch. Also, the Blinding Boots of Speed. It's a fun item, but it's not particularly useful now. I think there is a way to, if you have a high enough resistance to magic, I'm pretty sure you can somehow, like, you can avoid the blinding effect. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to drop those in here or something at some point. Oh right, this is not the way I need to go. I need to go to Margon. I don't need to go to Sandra Mora. And because I'm going to Margon, the best way to do this is actually to go outside and get the Silt Strider to Margon. Because Margon is up here. I know just enough of the Morrowind Eon. I probably shouldn't be here. I should be in here looking for that airship, but that's going to have to wait a little bit. But yeah, I know just enough of the local geography and, well, the locations of the cities that I know that Margon is to the north of Ald'ruhn. So I am interested in traveling to Margon. And here's the thing. Yeah, I don't care. It takes time, and it also takes a little bit more money to travel with the Silt Striders, which is why I try to avoid that. Also, the Silt Striders cannot go, you cannot go a long distance with just a single trip. Which slows things down a little bit. So we were supposed to find Lan's hut, I believe. So let's ask a guard about it, I think. The guards should know something about that. Hello there, Redoran. I'm looking for... What can you tell me about Margon? Monsters have been breaking through the ghost fence here and attacking the villagers. Fortunately, monster fighters have answered the call, blah blah blah. So yeah, the Margon isn't particularly safe. Oh, here, Hulen's hut. It's outside the town walls to the southeast near the shrine. Southeast near the shrine. Okay, well that's where we're going to look for it then. Yeah, there is some sort of like a fence around here, around Margon, that sort of protects this area from all kinds of nasty things. I'm not sure if we're going to take a look at that today, but I'm pretty sure like there is a fairly big like sort of magical wall. But yeah, let's see if I can find that Hulen's hut. So this is apparently just a thing that tells us that it's that we're actually in Margon. Now, if I can just find Hulen's hut, we're going to. Oh, we're going to west. Shit, I'm being a dumb person again. Yeah, sorry, this is going to happen every single time. Every single time I'm given directions, I really need my map markers. Yeah, let's not go to west. Let's try east. And southeast to be specific. Yeah, this is the problem. I always... I do pretend, at least, to know what east and west are and, you know, the difference between the two. But every single time I read west, I think east. And every time I read east, I think west. My world is very much upside down and around and stuff. Yeah, I think that there is, like that thing we can sort of see in the distance. I'm pretty sure that's the ghost fence they're talking about. So it's like you can kind of see that it's an energy wall thing. Also, I'm not sure who those people are, but they might be bandits. So let's try to avoid, you know, freaking them out. I think this is Hulen's hut. So let's go inside and let's take a look. Just in case, I'm going to actually equip my spark sword, which should have full charges, because I've left it alone for a moment. Yeah, this is Hulen's hut. Oh, it's a scamp, I think. Yep, definitely a scamp. It had an iron short sword. I can probably sell that. And a key to Hulen's hut, I'm fine with that. Yeah, this place has been completely wrecked. I'm guessing, I mean, scamps are Daedric creatures. So was there some kind of summoning happening here? Conjuring up some scamps, maybe? Well, let's explore. Maybe we will find something. I'm definitely going to take the Doors of the Spirit. Waiting door. Ancestors are not departed, the dead are not under the earth, their spirits are restless, something, something, something. So yeah, typical conjuring stuff, I would say. So I'm guessing this person got a little bit carried away with, you know, the whole conjuring sorcery thing. I mean, I suppose technically... Oh, I'm going to take that book with me. I might sell that somewhere. I mean, it's a dick move to, you know, go into someone's house, you know, under the pretense of helping them, and then taking their you know, oh, there's another key here. I'm guessing, yeah, this is locked. I can actually practice my open door on this, though. Which is a very good thing indeed. Hello there.
Do you need something?
Do you need something? You seem to need clothes, I would say. Is the scam really gone? Thank you, this is all my fault. What do you mean? Wanted to be a real sorcerer, not just Hulan's apprentice for the rest of my life. I wanted to prove that I could summon a scamp. Then Hulan would have to take me seriously. I'm just glad it's all over. Thanks for killing the scamp. Yeah, that's what happens, you know. Don't try to be more than you are, because that will end up killing you, or, you know, causing a huge mess. Also, why are you not wearing your clothes? Or so, like, I'm going to make the guess that these are your clothes, but why don't you have them on? What is wrong with you? How, like, in what kind of a circumstance would you lose your clothing like that? Anyway, my guess is that those people around that fire there are maybe bandits or something. I'm not going to mess with those people, even though I'm a little bit curious. And let's just make our way back to Ald'ruhn and, you know, get ourselves our next duty, I think. I feel like that's a good way to progress. We might also loop around Sandrit Mora again, take the duties from there, because I'm fairly sure we might have one duty there or something, at least. Not entirely sure how the sort of quest line for Mage's Guild goes, at least not much after this. I know some of these quests because I've actually done some of these, but yeah, I don't know how, like, I don't know the I don't know all the quests. I haven't done all the quests for Mage's Guild. Anyway, let's go back to Ald'ruhn. And maybe I should actually... The local area has a couple of shops here, don't... Like, I'm pretty sure there are a couple of shops here. I think the bigger shops are in the Manor District, though. Well, yeah, there's a bookseller, so I'm going to sell my books to the bookseller, and that way I can get a little bit more money, because I'm losing some while I do these Silt Strider runs and stuff. So I'm just going to quickly hop on over, quite literally, to the bookshop, and we're going to... This is the pawnbroker, here's the bookseller. I'm going to sell you a couple of books. I found them very interesting, and I also paid nothing for them, which makes this very profitable for me. Oh, this is the bookseller that is really difficult to find some reason. You're not the bookseller. Here we go.
I'm sure I can't help you.
So, a couple of books here. I have this book, and I'm not going to sell you the directions to Kai's Cosades, but I'm going to sell you the trap. And didn't I have something else in here as well? Oh yes, Doors to the Spirits. A sort of sorcery book. I imagine that is going to be a very, very interesting thing for you to read, indeed.
I suppose you're looking for a tavern.
No, I'm not actually. I'm looking for the guild. Well, I already know where the guild is, but I'm trying to find my way around you. Oh, there, guard. So, for you, I have a sword. I have nothing else that is too interesting, but I do have this. This iron short sword, and I'm going to take the 5 gold for that. And let's head back to the Mage's Guild, which is this building right here. And we can get ourselves another duty. And that is a very good thing indeed. We can do more stuff. More fun stuff. Which is probably, considering this is the Ald'ruhn Mage's Guild, we're probably going to end up having to go look for some ruins or something. Sorry, I'm not interested in you. Let me just quickly figure out where here's the main hall area. So I have done Hulen's hut stuff, 5th barrier stuff, okay, or scrolls 5th barrier. So Hulen's apprentice summoned a scamp, is that all? I can't believe I was distracted from my studies for something so trivial. Speaking of which, I discovered these scrolls during my research, you might find them useful. Is there anything that I can do more? I have finished the study of Chimarvadium. God damn it, I can't pronounce this. Chimarvadium. There we go. Can you believe this isn't about a Dwemer construct at all? This book was completely useless. In any case, I need to return the books before Surilonway suspects anything, and return the book to wherever you found it. Okay. Well, at least it was actually just borrowing and not, you know, straight up stealing. Yeah, let's bring that book right where it belongs, and then we are probably going to get to explore some random ruins. So to the Vivek Mage's Guild. There we go. I don't need anything. Just gotta do one quick thing around here. So don't mind me. Yeah, don't mind me at all. I have this book here that I'm just going to return to you. Everything is fine. Actually, never mind. I totally didn't have any book, and yeah, it was all a dream. That is my excuse. Back to Ald'ruhn as fast as possible. Let's talk to our guild master person again. There we go. So anything else? Okay. The book was returned. Good work, Conjurer. Once I know the location of some Dwemer ruins, I will be asking you to travel to some dangerous places. These amulets will help you return to safety. Is there anything you can do now? At this delicate phase of my research, I need to study a Dwemer tube. They're easy enough to find. I believe I saw some in Arkingtung's Sturdoms when I was there. Would you be willing to travel there and bring back the Dwemer tube? Yes. I appreciate your dedication. Arkingtung's Sturdoms is northwest of Nisses, but there's an easier way to get there. Go to Ald'ruhn and follow the coast to the west. What is Ald'ruhn? Take the Silstrider to Nisses and follow the roads north. I will mark Ald'ruhn on your map. Oh, good. So we need to go to Nisses, and Nisses is somewhere around here. I believe Nisses is somewhere here, and here's Ald'ruhn. And from Ald'ruhn we can get to this place that was talked about. Seriously, these names. So it's west of Ald'ruhn on the coast. So what we're going for is somewhere around here. So Nisys is probably somewhere like all around here or something. So we need to go there or something. I don't know. Or is it here? I don't remember. Let's take the Silt Strider to Nisys, and then I suppose everything will be figured out once we get there.
You shouldn't be here.
Seriously, you are being an annoyance. Maybe I won't go looking for that airship after all. Maybe I'm just going to stay right here. Mind my own business. Possibly. But yeah, we're definitely going to go here at some point. But first, let me... I'm actually going to switch to Firebite just in case something nasty happens to stumble across my way. Probably not during the Silk Strider ride though. So let's go to Gnesis.
Why walk when you can ride?
Yep, it's here. So we can go to Ald'ruhn and then follow the coastline. So that is what we're going to do. So I'm gonna keep walking towards Ald'ruhn. If I happen to stumble upon any dungeons or anything like that, then I am going to once again interrupt. And you know, I'm going to let you know that we have found something, and then we're going to explore it together. But until then, I will be just doing the walking. So see you when something interesting happens.